Hello and welcome to the last match of the night for StarLadder. It is Season 4, Fnatic versus iLuminate, and I won't be casting this match alone. I will be joined by Boberg. Welcome.
Hello, hello, and thank you.
And you've already casted some StarLadder matches, right, this season?
Yeah, I've casted quite a lot, actually. I started out with just... yeah, I was thinking, like, let's cast a few. And then I just realized it was a lot of fun, so I kept on doing it.
Cool. And how long is it that you have been casting for in total? Because it's been a while, I believe.
Well, I think it's 5 months or something like that. It's actually quite a while now. But in the start I wasn't too active. I just casted yeah, now and then. But lately it's become quite a lot, and I enjoy it. So.
Yeah, because you are a caster for Fnatic, right?
Yeah, I know that might sound a little bit strange, but they've actually picked me up as a caster. So I'm going to cast their cups and their events and all that kind of stuff, and other stuff on their channel.
And trying to catch as much Fnatic matches as you can, including this one, of course.
Of course. Yeah, I was actually thinking to cast this one. So what?
It should be a good match.
Yeah, indeed. I've casted quite a lot of both teams. So, and I like them both. Both are pretty aggressive and action and all that kind of stuff. So,
yeah, both of these teams have been involved in 2 of my recommended replays for this week. iLuminate versus No Tidehunter. If you haven't watched that, by the way, you should definitely watch it.
I casted it even.
Oh, you casted it. You saw that one too. And Absolute Legends versus Fnatic yesterday. I don't know if you were able to catch that one. That was I don't know, it was a pure show of aggression from both teams, and I'm not sure, it wasn't really good Dota, but it was good Dota. It's like arena style. It was almost 2 kills per minute even, so more than 2 kills per minute. It was quite intense indeed. But let's fast go over the draft, because we have some banouts. It's of course the Bounty Hunter, Undying, Magnus and Batrider being banned out, and therefore the first pick, who was Fnatic, because they were in the lobby first, full complete. They picked up the Darkseer with that. Wisp being picked up by iLuminate together with the Templar Assassin, and already with those 2 picks saying that they are indeed aggressive team. And we're going to see Jakiro and the Sven picked up by Fnatic. So far not really any surprises apart from maybe the Wisp.
No, this looks very, very Fnatic stylish for me. They really like to pick those 3 heroes in the first 3 picks even. I've seen it a lot of times.
Yeah, not only for Fnatic, of course, but basically every single team. I mean, Darkseer, Jakiro, and Sven, 3 heroes that, if they're not banned out, they're picked up. It's very simple. Jakiro does solid support. Sven, yeah, I have seen him maybe once get through the picks and bans in the first round before getting banned out in the second round, but still a hero that is just has such a big impact on the game, especially later on. I mean, yes, he can be slow with farming up his stuff, with being an impact on the game, but if he can get his BKB up and his Mask of Madness without dying all too much, without his team feeding all too much, he will be able to just steamroll through everybody later on.
Exactly. It's just that he really needs to have a good laning phase, else it's going to be completely shut down. Cause and actually he have a pretty tough time in the laning phase even so, but he still manages.
Yeah, and especially with the Jakiro, I mean, it's a good hero to have with that. With the Darkseer already, I'm kind of curious. Perhaps, maybe, hopefully for me at least, we're going to see a Darkseer taking it up against a Templar Assassin in the mid lane. That's of course a combination that we see often. And a Lifestealer Wisp now. Okay, so Lifestealer picked up as a counter towards the Wisp. He can dodge stuns, he can just eat Lifestealer, or eat Sven up rather. And if you have Wisp Lifestealer, you can already TP 2 people, but if Lifestealer infests in the Wisp or the tethered target, there will be a 3-man relocate, and that's going to be deadly for for Fnatic.
True. But yeah, the Doctor, I agree with you with that. The Templar Assassin against the Darkseer, well, it's one of those lanes. In my opinion, it can go either way, but usually if Templar Assassin goes up against anyone else, then then Templar Assassin will just dominate. So I think Darkseer would fit the middle lane, definitely.
Yeah, we'll see though, depending on what they still pick up. We have iLuminate actually banning out the Disruptor, making sure that Wisp does not get a glimpse in her face, or his face, its face? I'm not sure.
Nor am I. No. Its face is probably best.
Yeah, let's keep it that way, because it only makes beeping sounds anyway.
Yeah, true.
And we have a Tidehunter being banned out as well as Enchantress, so maybe Fnatic's still expecting iLluminate to go for Jungle Hero, because, I mean, Enchantress is a hero that I have not seen in a very long time, and if there is a Jungle Hero, I mean, Enigma, Chen, both still in the pool, both, in my opinion, better junglers than the Enchantress. The only real difference is that Enchantress can be a lot more aggressive early on, so interesting to see them banning that one out. I guess they want to make sure that their laning phase, as you said earlier, is going to be as secure as possible, and also no ravages they want, so they ban out the Tidehunter.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised to see that Enchantress banned out indeed, because, well, I guess we might even see Fnatic pick up Chen themselves, as you mentioned. Chen is just stronger in the jungler overall, and No-Tail loves to play the Chen, so that might be something they're going for even.
Yeah, and they of course have got first pick up, so they don't need to be afraid that iLluminate would pick that up instead. Though, like I said, I mean, Enigma is still in the pool. Enigma is a hero that is also very strong against the Sven, just locking someone out, making sure that that BKB doesn't have any effect on that. But they ban out the Rubik instead, so Enigma still in the pool, interesting enough. And okay, now it gets banned out. Never mind. And there's the Chen pickup.
Yeah.
Handy. So that's iLluminate being left without a real solid jungler, unless they want to pick up the Nature's Prophet.
Well, I don't think so. But well, maybe. Looking at it, they could actually do that now, since they picked up the Leshrac.
Nah, it will be tricky. Leshrac has played as a support lately, and for iLluminate as well. I mean, we'll probably see a Wisp Leshrac Lifestealer tri-lane, and the Broodmother gets picked up for Fnatic, so that will be their long lane solo, as was the one that they still needed. Rather going for Broodmother than a Windrunner. Interesting to see that. Or Windrunner,
yeah,
or anything else actually that is still in the pool for a long lane solo.
Yeah. Well, I know that Fnatic, they really like the Broodmother overall. They play them, well, her, quite a lot lately. Trixie on that Brood. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can say. They like the Broodmother, and even though it's a hero we don't see too often nowadays, they play it quite a lot, actually.
What are you expecting for iLluminate to pick up?
It's kind of hard. Like, sure, Nature's Prophet. I don't think so, but I would like it to happen, since they would have 3 people teleporting, and we could see a Nature's Prophet in the offlane, but in the Lone Druid. All right.
Quite interesting. I mean, it's probably going to be Lone Druid, maybe against the Broodmother if they want to try that. But again, it's a late game hero. Both Lifestealer and Lone Druid, 2 heroes that, in my opinion, need quite a bit of farm before they're actually able to have a big impact on the game. And well, I guess in a way it works. I mean, you either shut down the Lifestealer or the Lone Druid. You can't really do it both all that well. So in a way it kind of works, but it's still quite interesting to see. It kind of says, okay, we're okay with taking this game to late game to make even against the Sven, purely because they got 3 real semi-carries, while Fnatic only got Sven and maybe Broodmother later on as well.
Yeah. The only thing that concerns me about the team iLluminates, all their carries and stuff, is the Darkseer, of course, the wall. That would be pretty hurtful for iLluminate later on.
Yeah, that's definitely true. But I mean, if we look at teamfight potential, it will still be Fnatic that, it will be Fnatic that has the most of that regardless. I mean, iLluminate basically has no teamfight whatsoever apart from Leshrac. So we're not going to see them trying to go for teamfight. We're going to see them trying to go for pickups with that Wisp, and trying to go maybe for a bit of split push of their own with a Lone Druid. Of course, they're going to be against the Broodmother, which is also a split push hero. So it will be difficult for them to get something. And basically, they only have 2 lanes left to split push with. So I'm just admiring Broodmother's new model.
Oh, where is he? Oh yeah. Indeed. But one thing for iLluminate is they do not really have any reliable stun. Sure, they've got the Split Earth and the Tether from Wisp, but you cannot really rely 100% on those stuns. But then again, they've got the Slow from Lifestealer, of course, to help out. But I guess you get my point. It's
Yeah, and if they're lucky, they also have the Entangle from the Lone Druid, which is actually going through BKB, so that's a nice one to have. But you have to be lucky to have that. And as you said, I mean, if you have a lifesteal of a Shrek Wisp lane with the open wounds, it will be a lot easier for Leshrac to hit his stun. And even with the Feather Stun there, that's going to be a guaranteed hit, as we're going to see iLuminate already being fairly aggressive. They have not got any wards on them. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Open wounds. Is there going to be stun? No, there's Edict instead. Trixie is going to be the first blood, and it goes to Nexius, who's playing the Wisp this game for iLuminate. So quick first kill for iLuminate, making sure that they already say, you know what, this is our lane.
Exactly, and that's really gonna hurt Bootmother, of course. Already alive though, but who got the kill? Yeah, Wisp.
Nexius was
Wisp. That's actually very good for iLuminate, because the Wisp will have a lot of money, of course, to buy sentries and normal wards, and yeah, the more sentries, the harder time Trixie will have.
That is very true. Let's just go over who's playing what. I'll go over iLuminate, and you'll be able to do Fnatic afterwards. As we just saw, we have Nexius playing the Wisp for this game, who's already throwing out a bit of extra harassment towards Trixie. We have Dubas playing the Leshrac for this game. We have got stand-in Bignum, the stand-in that we saw on Tuesday also. He's going to be playing that Lifestealer. In the jungle we'll have Mag, who's going to be playing the Lone Druid, and we see him in the jungle because he's decided that he's not going to be able to do anything against the Sven, sorry, as well as the Jakiro. And we're going to have another stand-in that we have seen before. Chomi is going to be playing the Templar Assassin, indeed, versus the Darkseer. We'll have a tough time here, but well, at least should be getting some last hits, as we have Broodmother again going down in the top lane. This time again, no sentry being used for that. Actually, there was a sentry being used for that. There it was. I was going to say, there was one missing. But Edict helping out again. Feather Stun, Spirits.
Yeah, and that's just how iLuminate will continue in this lane. Like, Trixie won't be able to do anything down there, pretty much. And I don't even think Lifestealer really participated in that kill, or am I wrong?
No, he doesn't have an assist, so you're right.
Yeah, so that's just a support kill, and that's not good for Trixie, of course. Oh well, let's go over Fnatic. In the top lane, we have Era playing his Sven, as usual. And then Fly on the support role of Jakiro, doing some normal creep pulling. And then No-Tail, of course, on his Chen. And for the mid lane, as you mentioned, JK, also known as Honey, going up against the Templar Assassin. Actually, Honey's doing a pretty good job there, this far. And then Trixie, in the bottom lane, as most probably already know.
Indeed, and he actually, look at that. He's placing a sentry ward just in case. This is a defensive sentry ward. That doesn't happen that often, that Broodmothers do that, but she just wants to make sure that she's not going to be able to do something there.
Yeah. And that's got one more in the bag, so should at least stay alive for now. But Dubas comes in. There's no sentries on the Leshrac, but Leshrac has already got the boots.
Yeah, as soon as he sees that there's someone there, Edict knows that something's going on. He doesn't see any other. Now he knows that his Edict is not hitting anywhere, but he can just continue doing that. He doesn't have any clarities on him though, so that will be a bit tricky. But it's gonna be. I mean, Trixie is still level 1, has not managed to get any point in for experience whatsoever yet. As we have got a go on JK, but he is gonna be able to get away. Actually, use his bottle charges with the haste rune, able to get away. Not able to get a kill on Chomi, which is probably his goal with that dive, but. We will give Chomi actually some last hits freely. 13 for 5 now on the Templar Assassin, with the Darkseer 14 for 6. So fairly even so far.
True, and that's one thing that I'd like to point out. The Templar Assassin just have a very easy time denying in the mid lane against the Darkseer. The Iron Chair will just burn the creeps down very slowly, and then it's pretty easy to get that last little click for the denying. So, and actually meanwhile top. Wow, yep. Fnatic doing what he usually do. Let's try to get the early towers.
And it will work as well. I mean, Mag wasn't there. He's now he rotated to the top lane, but the first tower already dropping, and Jakiro actually the one to get the gold for those. So he will have his boots ready now, as well as No-Tail will be rotating back towards the jungle, and Sven actually will have a bit of a tougher time to farm because the lane is just he's a bit more susceptible to ganks where he is right now. But we'll see how he does that, as we have the Wisp actually picking up a regen rune, chasing down JK, who is taking a lot of damage from the spears. There's no follow-up though. There's no Templar Assassin close by to help out with trying to do anything against that. So that was just harassment, but it was enough harassment, and without a bottle he will have to send his bottle back, and he'll be stuck on low HP for a while.
Yeah, and bottom lane actually iLuminate, they're pushing pretty good here. Trixie has to be careful. It's just very painful to be Trixie right now. 62 experience, so has got something now at least.
Yeah, now with the lane being pushed out, he will get some more experience though, so he will be able to maybe get level 2. Woohoo! But
yeah.
I guess iLuminate thought our tower went down, so yours has to drop as well. So that's what they're trying to do with that edict. There's definitely every option
Yeah, it's
to do so.
down pretty much.
Yeah.
There's nothing Trixie can do. Level 2 now at least, so got the spawn spiralings, but when the instant sentry warding coming out from iLuminate.
Yeah,
oh
the
well.
counter ward was there, but instantly destroyed as well. There's nothing he can do to try and save his tower. All he can do is hope that he can get some experience there. And he is getting some experience, I guess. Tower still drops. It is Leshrac here that picks up the gold for that. So, well, 1 for 1 tower, 2 for 0 kills, both on the bottom lane actually. And I guess for Fnatic it will just be waiting until Sven is at the right level. And of course important for iLuminate, who has got Chomi very low on lifer actually. But he'll have a new bottle, and bottle will be brought back anyway. But for iLuminate, it's important that Wisp, who's now level 4, as soon as that one's level 6, they will declare war and probably will try to find some more kills, more than they are trying to do now.
Yeah, and actually Trixie, of course, pretty good for him if you just take him into account. Like, sure, he lost the tower, but he should be getting some kind of farm now. But Lifestealer, level 5 already, up against the level 3 Broodmother.
Yeah,
it's just a disaster for Trixie, really.
We have a go on the bottom lane, though. Invisibility rune, Iron Shell is up. We have Broodmother here. Here comes Wisp as well, though. Spirits will hit. JK coming from the side. He, of course, can do some free damage with that Iron Shell being there, but as soon as he's there, they will know that he is there. And they will try to maybe go on that, because that sentry ward is still hanging around there. And I think JK is well aware that there's a sentry ward around there. He's trying to dodge, and he'll be fine. Yeah. No go on the bottom lane.
No, and actually that's some wasted time from Honey. He's going back mid now, but that gave Chomi some time to farm up, of course. Having a slight advantage in the mid lane.
Yeah, level 6 also on the Templar Assassin. She has got trapped, so we might see her being a bit more aggressive. Though having said that, even though she has 32 last hits, oh, she actually picked up a belt of strength. Is she going for power threats rather than facelets?
That's a bit tough call. Actually, Honey.
Stun. The Shrek misses. Edict still there, but the Surge is also there. He should be able to get away from this. Here comes the Chen helping out instead. Traps landing. Should be another Surge. 4 seconds. Melt damage going through. Right clicks. Is it gonna be enough? Should be. No, Leshrek's done. Bye, he says. Chomi picks up the last hit.
You died.
Yeah, that's the 3rd kill for iLuminate. And checking the gold graph, they do have the advantage, of course, as expected. But experience is in Fnatic's favor at least, so something good for them. But something I'm pretty concerned about is the Sven. We all know Sven. It's just one of those heroes you do not want to give a lot of farm to in the early game. And actually he's picked up a Midas.
And they're going to be getting that golden experience even more, so that's why we see the experience graph also chasing around. But at the same time, Lifestealer also picked up a Midas, so that evens out slightly again. As Broodmother has been a bit more ballsy now. It's level 5, he got a lot of experience with those creeps that push down towards the top lane, towards his tower. And he's now even, I mean, he's being left alone, as in the supports for Bignum are no longer there, so he is feeling okay just to sit around, trying to get some experience, and maybe at some point he will even try to push against Bignum.
Yeah, probably. And Lifestealer, he like, there's nothing really he can do alone against a pushing Broodmother. Maybe go toe to toe with with Trixie. That's pretty much the only thing. But there's no AoE to kill off the Spiralings and stuff. So as long as there's no support there, Trixie should have a pretty good time now.
Yeah, and he of course can infest to get rid of the Spiralings, so that will be something. And he has done that before. In 5 seconds he can do it again. But we'll see.
Oh, yeah,
we see Trixie. I don't know if he timed that, but he sends the Spiralings away. He's gonna find a bear though, and keeps the Spiralings again to himself. So let's see if Bignum wants to try and get some Spiralings with that infest. As we have Leshrac also coming around. Sentry ward being placed. Wisp from the side. They find him. Open wounds. There goes the infest. Spiralings go down. Trixie trying to get away. There's a Tether Stun. They don't see where he is now. They know, but he is safe, and Trixie will live to see another day for now. Though of course the moment he moves a bit towards the north they will spot him out. Now they see him, and that's gonna be a kill. Should be a kill. No, he was on the side, on the edge of the sentry ward. And now we'll be limping away to safety.
Oh wow.
And TP's
I'm
out
gonna
actually.
put away, yeah.
Yeah, smart choice.
20 HP. That's a little bit lucky, I guess, but actually there were no split out from Leshrac. I wonder why he didn't put that down.
He didn't know where to do it. He didn't see it.
Well, they were attacking him, weren't they?
Yeah, but they didn't have a clear vision, I guess. And the Featherstone was only later on when they didn't see him anymore, so they only had the open wounds to go on, and at that point I guess he wanted to save it for the Featherstone first to guarantee to hit it, but that just didn't happen as intended. I'm quite curious to see how Mag is doing. He actually picked up his Gloves of Haste. I'm curious to see if he's also going for that Hand of Midas, as we sometimes see Lone Druids do, or if he rather wants to get the Maelstrom, which would indicate that they will be a bit more aggressive earlier on than they normally would if they picked up a Radiance. I'm secretly hoping for Maelstrom.
Yeah, that would be cool. But the Midas is something we've seen quite a lot on Lone Druid lately. Well, at least I have. When I've been casting, I don't know about you, of course, but it's an item I always go on Lone Druid, because I just don't know any other builds, but that's just me.
Yeah, it is an item that is frequently done on Lone Druids indeed. As Bignam actually infest there, does he want to go man fight Trixie? He actually tried. I got a couple of big hits out, and Trixie actually forced to back out. Now he's sending all his firelings up on Bignam though, and he doesn't have an infest anymore, so if you can surround him, that would be bad, but for now it will just be forcing out. In the meantime, mid lane, Ice Padlock, it's on the bear. TP's gonna come in from Sven as well. They want to take this fight. Is there gonna be more? Can they find someone? Refraction up on Chomi. There goes the trap also, but they're chasing it down. Leshrak's son gonna hit on the Sven. Make sure he doesn't chase anybody. Chomi's still being chased by JK though, and he is gonna be forced back to base. He's actually gonna be diving the tower. Vacuum back in. There goes the Featherstone though. JK overextension, and he will be the one to drop. Leshrak picking up the last hit. 4 for 0 is the call.
Yeah, actually Templar Assassin looking pretty good. Well, not on par with the Lifestealer or Sven, of course, but still pretty decent. JK, 2 deaths now. Not the best thing really, and this is the middle tower for iLuminate, without a doubt.
Yeah, and it gives 1 tower in favor for iLuminate right now, because bottom tier 1 still not going down. Chomi actually TPing here to take over from the Lifestealer. Like, before that fight started, we were at the Lifestealer seeing that he got harassed by the Spiderlings. I don't think Trixie ever gave up, and Lifestealer actually forced back to base by the pure harassment of that. As we have Chomi actually also harassment going off there. Spiderlings chopping up at that refraction rather, and can they have to actually stick together. Here comes JK though. They want to take that vacuum back in. And that's the Iron Shell doing enough damage. Refraction already off again. TP out from the Lifestealer, but it will still be Chomi going down. Nice play by Trixie and JK, making sure they have the control, pick up a tower as reward for that kill as well.
Yeah, very needed one. They really need to get back in the gold advantage. Like, if you check the gold graph, it's quite a lot in favor of iLuminate, of course, and of course Trixie not having the best game of his life, but he's actually stepping up there. 260 gold per minute, not too bad.
No, he's actually 4th on net worth wise, so he's doing okay. He's higher than the Darkseer, who was solo mid, which is quite surprising to be fair. But Darkseer also dying twice, of course, and I guess at the wrong times when he had lots of gold. And Broodmother, he died earlier on in the game, so didn't lose as much gold as the Darkseer did. As right now Trixie is, I mean, he's in his element. He is having a good time. He can just continue to push, continue to be on lane. He even forced Lifestealer out of the lane, something that he should be happy to be able to do. So he's having a decent game from now on, at least.
Yeah, that's. And now it goes into woods. It's just what you usually should do as Broodmother. And Lone Druid, not looking too good.
Hand of Midas is still there.
Yeah, that's of course a point, and that's what he needs, because he sits underneath Trixie now.
Yeah, and he's been on the solo lane also. He's been in jungle a lot. He's got a couple of last hits, but most of those are jungle creeps, so that's not really meaning that much. And by the way, we have got a Wisp who's level 6 right now, who's building towards a mechanism, by the way. But we might see Nexius going somewhere fairly soon. But then again, which target would he bring? Oh, actually, he would bring Chomi, I guess. And then he might be able to try and go for the Chen, who shows himself on the top lane. No, they go. I don't know why they're going there actually. They don't
Yeah,
have a
that's a
dust
pretty
with
strange
them.
one.
They don't see him. There's the sentry ward being placed. That's it. There's not there. That is a fail. Relocate. He leaves actually. Oh, he leaves the little Shrek. He's gonna clear out some spiderlings instead. But that's yeah. That was an awkward relocate.
Indeed, indeed. And Trixie is pouring out immediately. What is he going for? He's not really picked anything up yet.
Trixie doesn't have any goal to pick anything up, to be fair.
No, true. I'm way too early for that one.
Yeah.
But I guess he's gonna go for the orchid.
Yeah,
Most
or
likely
since
this.
it's fairly late, he might still just go for the semi-carry build, as they are a bit lacking of carry. So a Yasha, BKB, stuff like that, perhaps would be the one for him. But we'll see when he gets some more gold up. Then we'll also know what kind of role he should be playing in this game. If we're ever gonna see him leaving that bottom lane, perhaps. Templar Assassin got herself a blink dagger, by the way, so we might see some more aggression coming off from her.
Yeah, I guess we should. But then again, Fnatic's actually playing very, very passively and cautiously. That's not really what they used to do. They're usually the ones that are under aggressive foot and so on. But not today, I guess.
No, it's what happens when you put two aggressive teams next to each other. You know, both teams probably did their homework, knowing that, you know, their opponent likes to play aggressive. Well, you know, you don't want to be caught in their aggression. You want to be playing your own game. And since oh, actually they smoke up, so we might see them going for something now. But that's all, of course, something that we have to take into consideration. And Sven actually went for an armlet as well, rather than for BKB or something like that. So let's see if they're going to be able to do something with it. They're waiting up on the high ground. They're looking at Chomi. In the meantime, Darkseer has picked himself up a Vanguard, and there he goes. Dual breath going through, no refraction for you. Stun landing on 2 as well. Can they go in? No, open wounds. Necropride trying to make the exit from Era a bit more safe. The Shrek coming in with his Edict. Era doesn't care about Edict, now gets slowed down. And there's the Darkseer wall helping out as well. Ice Pad, Legends on the Shrek. They can't go in on it still though. Hand of God going through, still nobody dropping. Even not Leshrac. And that is gonna be maybe the tier 1 tower going down, but maybe Fnatic just says, okay, we back off. Nah, they're gonna go for the tier 1 tower. They can't go on it. Lifestealer backing off, but no kills being done, just a tower. Probably not something that was worth spending 4 heroes off. Although at the same time, of course, Broodmother doing what Broodmother does, split pushing, and a tier 2 tower bottom has got a slight chance of dropping here.
Yeah, actually Wisp did drop, but except that, no one. And Trixie gonna take the bottom towers, yeah. 2 towers in favor of Fnatic, but probably a kill for iLuminate now as well.
Yeah, Trixie trying to get away, goes down, Wisp picking it up. Ooh, he gets revenge. Central ward being placed. Well, 1 for 1 still, but yeah, you're right, not a very high killed game. And Fnatic indeed going for Roshan, having that advantage, knowing like they could not do anything anyway. Oh, Wisp coming in though, here he comes, but it is Templar Assassin, she's on the high ground. Wisp already dropped down, now Chomi, dual breath going through. Necropire actually helps Chomi out, able to get away from that one, should be able to blink that one. Is actually quite a mistake from the Jakiro to put down there, but it is Chomi that gets out alive of that one. Risky as it was, and now Leshrac gonna find himself in some trouble. Stun, gonna latch onto the high ground. Ice Path as well, one right click too, and bam, he's dead. Still lands a stun, but it's not gonna be able to help him anymore.
Yeah, that's Return.
Yeah.
And I don't really know about that relocate. It seemed pretty weird for me. Like there were 4 heroes there from Fnatic, and with the relocate you only get 2 with you, so 2 versus 4.
I don't think
strange.
they saw that there were actually 4, or at least I hope they didn't, because otherwise indeed it would have been a weird TP. And also, I mean, it was so on the side, so that Templar Assassin was not able to do anything in that fight whatsoever. That was a bit of a shame.
Yeah, it was just on the edge, and not really anything coming up from her. Yep. And Ogre Cloud picked up on the Templar Assassin, by the way, so I guess it's the BKB coming out. Well, it is.
I mean, there's a lot of disable coming up from Fnatic. There is a vacuum, there is a ice path, there is a Sven stun, there is like Necropires that you want to be able to walk in, and Templar Assassin. I mean, refraction. She wants to have it for the hits, not for the magical damage. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's a nice ancient stacking going on and clearing off that.
Yeah,
that was
at the same time as their opponents did it as well, so that's nicely timed
Oh.
there. And Sven already picked up the gold for that one. Sven, who's got 3,400 gold, by the way, might be going for a BKB quite soon, still, if he wants to have it with his armlet already there. And that would be also a big step up for Fnatic, as the smoke is up for No2 and Fly My Schenkel. And they're gonna try to find someone who may be trying to gank Trixie, but I don't think they're gonna be finding anybody. Oh well, they see the lone druid who's gonna be. Oh, the bear gonna be surrounded. No, he's not gonna be blocked. He's fine. Maybe trying to go for tower. They've got, of course, their pushing power with the centaur there, with the hell collar there. Split push it might be. Ira and JK on the top lane.
Well, so
3 bottom, 2 top. Ice path, dual breath, Mac trouble, blocked in, can't move. Macrofire, he drops. And the Stellar did not help anymore at all. And that was a nice surrounding with that spiders from Trixie. In the meantime, their tier 2 tower on the top lane will be dropping as well. Ira and JK just waiting until everybody was on the bottom lane to be able to do that, and they will just be able to pick that up quite safely. And no one trying to counter that one, trying to contest it.
No, and this is exactly the game that Fnatic really likes to play. In the start, they seemed a little bit off, in my opinion. Not really how they usually start off, but now they are just going straight for towers and pushing and killing, and that's exactly how they usually play. Get an advantage, and then if they can end it in time or not, that's another question. But
yeah, they just wanted to wait until that Sven had his items up, I guess.
Yeah, most likely. But I remember, I think it was this Monday, they played with the Sven, and they just went for the complete top lane in the first 10 minutes. Of course, there were no contestment, but you get my point. It feels like they're comfortable now going for the more aggressive
just
style.
Getting that tower gold up, of course. I mean, the hard part will come when they try to push up to the tier 3 towers. Then it won't be so easy to split push. But until then. Until then, they probably want to go for this last tier 2 tower, and maybe with that, if they try to find a fight 4-on-5 in the mid lane, and have their broodmother on the bottom lane pushing, they might be able to get some damage done on the tier 3 on the bottom lane. So if they can do that, that would be indeed the way to play the game if you have a broodmother. But we're gonna see if iLuminate is gonna let that happen. They have got 5 heroes in the mid lane though, or they might just be looking for a smoke.
Yeah. I guess Fnatic wants to do something pretty soon, because the Aegis will be gone in 2 minutes. But we'll see. We'll see. Like you need to feel comfortable. You don't really want to push anything, even though you've got the Aegis, if you don't feel that you could do it. No. And Sven's sitting at a lot of gold.
I know.
Wow.
I'm also wondering what they're gonna go for. Well, he's gonna land a stun up on. Ooh, but next he is actually. Oh, he's gonna be able to save his teammate. Hand of God going through. Fly My Schenkel still alive. Ice Path, no dual breath instead. Show me is gonna be vacuumed back in, and that is a killing spree for JK, and that was a death on the Templar Assassin, and they're gonna try to capitalize on this one, probably towards the tier 2 tower, middle, last one standing.
So what did you say? You said it, the tier 2 kinda go down, right?
Yep.
Yeah, most likely it's they've got. Yeah, they've not really got anything to counter push that. And actually, Lunge.
Daedalus ready off the bat. Daedalus up on Ira Sven. Who cares about BKB if you can hit stuff, right? And as you said already, there's not that much disable anyway. So why worry?
Exactly.
You can try to dodge the Shrek stun. I mean, you'll get hit by the entangle regardless if you have your BKB or not. And Feather Stun, yeah, you can try to dodge that too. I mean, Wisp can Feather if he's dead. Ice Path, latches on the Wisp as well. Dual Breath going through. But that's a tier 2 tower already down. Lifesteal being forced to rage. Back out from that one.
Yeah, we even see Mag now on his lone druid going in there. But yeah, that's a very good point. Like, we were taking for granted that he would go for the BKB, because that's what we usually see. But actually stun him in mid lane on Nexus, and that's a kill. Wow.
Yeah.
Ira with a lot of damage, of course.
Turns his armlet off just because he can for a second. The Shrek stun stunning some of the beasts there, but well, I guess, I mean, iLuminate does have an okay-ish turtling way, even though the Spirit Bear would be better if he actually had the Radiance complete, which is still not ready. 24 minutes in, and he only has a relic, so not really ideal. But they have the Leshrac. They don't have his lightning though, which is also one of the things that you want to be able to use for counter pushing. So they kind of only can use the bear and the spilling from the Psyblades from the Templar Assassin for counter pushing. And I think Fnatic is well aware of that, because they popped the Warcry there and just running up the hill. And I'll try to go for the tower. 3 damage being done right now, not being contested yet. Big Nam now coming in, open wounds up on Era. There he goes, raging as well. Ice Bat Loshin is in Dubas as well though. Macropyre as well, and that is one already down. Era picks up another one, double kill for him, triple kill with the crit on Big Nam. And that is gonna be on the side. Also still the Templar Assassin dying. He sheep dies back though. We'll be back shortly, but the tier 3 tower is already dead. Era armor toggling, very risky is to do here, but he is fine for now. And here comes the Templar Assassin. Can she do something? Lone Druid now has his Radiance, or Relic rather, Radiance it is. Vacuum in. Can he crit? Mag! He will drop. Now show me if he dies again. The GG is actually already being called. It's too much for iLuminate to deal with.
Alright. GG well played then, I guess. That came kind of quickly, but then again, if you check the goal graph, it's 12k in favor of Fnatic. That's a lot.
That is a lot, and with their Lone Druid just not as farmed, I mean, it just took too long, and they weren't able to get the best out of the lanes that they had, and then all of a sudden, yeah, Fnatic stands at your door with 5 heroes ready to fight, and you're not ready to fight. And that's gonna be the end of that, and actually Mantiso up on the Broodmother was your item of choice.
Yeah, I really, that Daedalus and Sven really worked out there.
1400 crit up on the Lifestealer, it was kinda harsh.
He went from like half HP down to 0 in just 1 or 2 seconds. That was kinda crazy.
Yep, and there goes a TA still being picked up as well. It was the last one standing in the game though, as in the only one not disconnected just yet. So Boberg, tell me, where can people find you?
People can find me over at Own3D, Own3D/FnaticTV. Also on Twitter /FnaticBoberg. I kinda need some more followers. I have like 25 or something. But yeah, my stream is also listed on Join Dota, Ghost Gamers, Team Liquid, as FnaticTV. If you want to tune in for my broadcasts. Yeah, I guess that's it.
Okay.
And thanks of course for taking me. It was a pleasure, even though it was a very short game, but still a nice one.
Well, thank you for joining me. And this was of course a StarLadder match season 4. If you want to find out more about StarLadder itself, you can check out dota2.starladder.tv, and you can find out all the standings there and all the matches and when they're happening again. Tomorrow again, first match starts at 6, I believe, and I will be able to cast those as well, I think. And if you want to support me, of course, subscribe to my YouTube, youtube.com/SheeverGaming. Thank you. I will be seeing if there's more games to cast. Thor Open qualifier should still be going on, so that might be something that I will look into if there's some good matches going on there. And well, we'll be right back.